What's up, y'all? My name is Ray Roy, your host of This Small Town, and welcome to Pattison, Texas. All right, so apparently there's supposed to be some kind of historical marker over here somewhere. And I don't think they were talking about this gas pump. But this gas pump definitely looks like it's a historical marker. Y'all see this? Look at this. I ain't trying to diss Pattison, but yeah, I don't think that's taking any type of credit card. Nope, not today. So where's the historical marker? I don't see anything. I see what appears to be old stagecoach, all rusty. All right, well, apparently the historical marker is missing here in Pattison. I guess I have to report this to the Chamber of Commerce. Well, let's go to the next spot. All right, y'all, so there's a whole, first thing I see entering Pattison, Texas is a dead raccoon. All right, this episode's starting kind of dark out here in Pattison. Pattison Fire Department. Let's have a look and see what she looks like here. R.I.P. to that raccoon, though. All right, so the Pattison Fire Department is very lively. Okay, nice. 10. Some brick to it. I'll give the Pattison Fire Department 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. Looks good. It looks like they have a little Pattison. It's like a memorial, firefighter memorial. Have a look at this. Gone but never forgotten. Fireman's prayer. So we have that as well. All right. Because of the memorial, I'm giving the Pattison Fire Department 4 out of 5 stars. All right, y'all. See what else we can see in this small town of Pattison.
All right, y'all. So let's talk Pattison, Texas demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 447 people, 166 households, and 126 families residing in the city. Racial breakdown: 43% white, 24% black, 14% Hispanic, 10% mixed, 4% other. 37% of the town is male compared to 63% that are female. Marital status: 44% of the residents have never been married, 50% of residents are married, 1% is widowed, and 5% of the residents are divorced.
All right, let's go ahead and head into Pattison. And surprise, what do we see here? The small town historical site, Dollar General. Show me a small town and I will show you a Dollar General. I don't know why, I don't know how this company has a monopoly on small towns. It's crazy. All right, let's see if we can head to the next spot. This town only has about 526 people. I'm not shocked that it has a Dollar General. I think I've been to a town that had a population of 76 and they had a Dollar General. But will it have a Sonic? Will it have a Dairy Queen? I don't know in Pattison. Let's check it out and head into town and see what we can find. All right, so Pattison does have another small town staple. They have their own post office. And the post office looks like what I expect Pattison post office to look like. Small, quaint, all brick, half tin. Yeah, I give this post office a 3 out of 5 stars. 3 out of 5 stars in Pattison. I'm surprised y'all have a post office. I don't know why. Because not a lot in this town, but you do have a post office, you do have a fire department, you do have a Dollar General. So I'm not gonna lie, Pattison, you grow up on some other towns I've been to. All right, y'all, let's see what else we can find in this tiny town. All right, y'all, so I see like a sign over here that says like historical marker to the left. But I don't see no I see a cow. Is the cow the historical marker? What is going on in this town? Okay, historical marker to the left. This appears to be a house. Some private property. Yeah, I don't see anything, y'all. It's pointing at a cow. The historical marker is pointing at a cow. Can somebody from Pattison, Texas, let me know why is that cow historical? Please, somebody help me. In the meantime, let's continue to the Pattison Water Department right there. They don't have a water tower, but they do have a water tank. Most towns I go to have a huge water tower, but Steve Pattison has a water tank. That's all you need to be able to quench the thirst of the people in Pattison, Texas. Small town, you don't need a lot, man. You do not need a lot. All right, let me see if I can find the other one historical marker in this town besides that cow. So I think this may be the historical marker, which is a church. I don't see the historical marker though. I think it's this mailbox looking thing. This is the Pattison United Methodist Church. Let me get out and see if I can find anything or any information about it. All right, here we go. We're going on a trip. I thought that was Red Lobster across the street. This Pattison Diner that looks exactly like a Red Lobster. Is this the historic marker? Oh, look, I found it. Yep, here we go. Texas Western Narrow Gauge Depot. It does say near this site stood the depot of Texas Western Narrow Gauge Railroad, chartered August 4th of 1870, operated from Houston to Sealy until 1899. All right. I guess this is it. Let me see if I can give y'all an aerial view of the church. And apparently this is the old site of a depot.
All right, y'all, so let's talk more demographics. Household income. The average annual household income in Pattison is $106,584, while the median household income sits at $62,031 per year. 10% of the population live below the poverty line, which is lower than the national average of 11.5%. Housing market. In February 2023, Pattison home prices were down 47.6% compared to last year, selling for a median price of $183,000. Education. 29% of the residents are high school graduates compared to the national average of 84%. 33% of residents are college graduates compared to the national average of 53%. Crime stats. The crime rate index of Pattison is 25.6 out of 100, with a scale of 1 being low and 100 being high. In comparison, the national average is 35.4. And that is your demographics.
All right, let's see what else I can find in this town. I'm struggling. This is the restaurant that I thought was Red Lobster. Boy, if Pattison had a Red Lobster, I would have fainted. I would have been in there eating all the biscuits I can. I bet it's good though. I bet it's still good. All right, y'all, so let me see if just kind of randomly drive around, see if I can run into anything. Okay, we have some overgrown houses. A yard with a lot of overgrowth. This is a nice house. Just the yard is just hasn't been kept up with. Not too sure what that's about. Let's see what else we got here. Something on Google Maps says Pattison House. I'm not left or right. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they got some really nice houses over here. Oh, sorry. Gotta put on my seatbelt. All right, it says guest parking. I'm not sure what this is. I had to look it up. Like I said, it's called the Pattison House, so it must be related to the person the city's named after. That is a beautiful house, though, isn't it? All right, that's the Pattison House. Here's another nice looking house over here too. See that? There's probably, I'm thinking maybe 15 to 20 houses. That can't be right. Where are the people at? They said that the population was like 526. but I'm not seeing that many houses. Let me go on the other side and kind of explore, because if there's 526 people in this town, where the heck are they living at? Because I don't see any houses. There's a historical marker of the cow again. I think I just literally made a loop across the entire town in like half a mile. All right. Let's drive around some more. Okay, so some more houses. Bunch of one-story brick. Yeah, it's a combination of older houses and just random, nice, up-to-date houses. I don't understand. I guess people with property are just rebuilding. Is the only thing I can think of. Like, look at this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a nice house. Then the one next to it is just more of a basic one-story. They got a lot of land. You call it acreage, right? I think you call it acreage. Let's come out this street right here. Some more older homes over here. Okay, so the south side is definitely the older side. The north side, that's where the money's at. When I say the money, that's where the Pattison house was at that I saw, with the beautiful lake and ranch. Here's a nice looking property right here. Look at this. That is one house. That is one house. Turn down this dirt road here. Yeah, the entire town is like a grid, right? And the grid itself, you know, there's just a bunch of empty lots. It's not a lot. The grid has 1, 2, 3. It's like four streets across. And that's about it. Not really seeing people per usual. I don't know. I'm seeing like, nah. In Houston, there's always people, like always, walking around being annoying. The farther south and east I go, the more. See, like, this doesn't make sense, right? So you have this house right here, right? Look at this house. Beautiful home, beautiful property, right? But right across the street is going to be, you know, an older property with a septic tank in the front. So, yeah. No homeowners associations out here. It's horses and cows. Which way to go? Go right towards the horse or left towards the cow? We're gonna go towards the cow. Oh man, like I said, these streets are super narrow. I feel like it's almost like a one-way street. Kind of driving the grass. Sorry. I don't think the U.S. Census is right. There cannot be 526 people in this town. I've seen more cows than people so far in Pattison, Texas. Yeah, definitely seeing more cows than people. This is a nice house over here. Yeah, they must include cows and horses in their census in this town, because there cannot be 526 people here. Just can't. I refuse to believe that. Like, you can jog. You can do a lap around this town, 10 to 15 minutes, an entire lap, and be back to where you started at. Hold on. There's a weird, bumpy, grassy, deserted looking road. So let's go down it, because, you know, that's what everybody does in scary movies. Oh yeah. I'm on the southeast side of Patterson. So it's, you know, it's a little bit more rough. It has some abandoned homes and not so abandoned homes. They have like the wooden planks, plaster. And it's not mold, it's like a greenish to it. And some of the houses are on stilts. Is there a river over here? And there's a flood? Because it makes me think that maybe this area floods. It's just a random white house with no bottom in the second floor. Okay, let me come across here. Let me see if I'm trying to check my Google Maps and see if there's a river over here somewhere. Because, you know, the Brazos River runs everywhere. I'm not seeing nothing too close, so I don't know why they got water. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me make one more pass through town and see if I can see if I'm missing anything. This might be it. This might be it for this video. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm trying, but I can't make buildings appear. I can't make historical markers appear. They point to a historical marker. It points towards a cow. This is not my fault. Is this it? This can't be it. I think this is it, y'all. Yeah, I think I just literally drove through town after a 2-minute drive. Oh my God. There has to be more. There has to be more. Let me turn down this random street right here. Give me a second. Dead end, no turnaround. All right, well. I think that's it. Yep, dead end, no turnaround. Just grass and bumpy roads. If you ever come to Pattison, Texas, if you want to experience Pattison, you'll experience a quiet town. It's a quiet town. They just have roads the size of sidewalks, a lot of overgrown greenage, and cows that represent historical markers. Let's go ahead and shut this one down. All right, y'all, that's all I have for this episode of Pattison, Texas. I hope you enjoyed this small town, man. It is not a lot out here, okay? This is the definition of a small town. They got 2 historical markers. One historical marker is a cow. They got about 4 streets, 1 stop sign, and something that may or may not be a Red Lobster. I don't know, man. But if you enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Join my small town community here. Once again, my name is Ray Roy, your host of This Small Town. It's been real, y'all. Peace.